Hello and welcome to Movie Q, where we talk about good movies, bad movies, queer cinema, and vests. I'm Charlie Owens.
And I'm Katherine Stevens.
And today we're going to be talking about Weekend.
So, Weekend, you picked it.
I did.
Why did you pick it?
I picked it because I've been told by countless people that I need to see it. It centers around this gay couple who meet at the beginning of the film and spend a weekend together.
How convenient.
I know, right?
Just talk about last night, what happened, what you wanted to happen.
It's for an art project.
Yeah.
And people can listen to it.
If you make the grade, yeah.
Okay. I saw you in the club and I thought you were out of my league or whatever. And we came back here, didn't we? And then you kissed me. You said you took my shirt.
It's set in England, and they both have very handsome British accents. And but it was a great love story. I didn't expect that. I sort of expected it to be kind of like fluffy or like a romantic comedy, and it really went much deeper than that. And I think it was more of it's a story that could happen to anyone, no matter what your sexuality, too. That you could just meet somebody and like have a connection with them, and maybe the situation isn't the best, but yeah. And then I recommended it to you because it's on Netflix.
Yes.
So people should check it out. What did you think?
I loved it. I didn't go into it with any preconceptions. I simply knew that it was about two men who met at a club and discovered in one night that they had a deep connection to each other, and that their situations are such that, to spoil the movie, they won't end up together. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of, I texted you at the end and said, I'm sure you remember, I hate you for making me watch this. I was in my usual Sunday uniform, which means I wasn't wearing any pants. So I was laying on my bed watching it on my laptop and just curled up and crying because it was really honest. Mm-hmm. Like you said, you expected a rom-com, and those aren't honest.
No.
And here were these two people who were learning about each other and really letting someone in, a stranger, really let that stranger in about things from their past or in their present, about them being out of the closet or in the closet. And I cried like a baby.
Right.
I just thought that we were having a really nice time. And it was lovely. It was more than enough for me. So, sorry, Glenn, if I don't make your grade. Have you got a boyfriend?
No, I don't have a boyfriend. I don't do boyfriends. You know what it's like when you first sleep with someone you don't know? You like the blank canvas, and it gives you an opportunity to project onto that canvas who you want to be.
Why can't you just understand that some people just want to be happy?
Are you happy?
I am absolutely fine.
Sure you are.
Don't presume that you understand me.
I thought one thing that was very interesting to me is that when you start into the film, you see this this young gay man, Russ, who's like coming from hanging out with all of his straight friends, and he says he has to go home early or some excuse, and then he ends up at a gay bar, which it's not really clear whether he ended up there because he passed it or like he had the intention that I'm going to find someone and we're gonna hook up tonight or whatever. But once he gets there, that clearly is his intention. He sees this one guy from the beginning. He's like immediately attracted to him. There's very little dialogue in this scene, but it's just that that all gay clubs have.
Requisite booms.
But he's clearly attracted to this guy. He ends up dancing with and kissing another guy because the first guy seems disinterested, and then they end up meeting the one he's immediately attracted to, and they end up going home together. And this is a whole thing in gay culture, and it is in straight culture too. This hookup.
The hookup culture everyone's afraid of.
But I think it does seem to be more prevalent among gay men, especially with like digital means of Grindr. And,
sure.
And there's a term, it used to be called cruising, where you would like go to a supermarket or just go to
Anywhere?
anywhere. Well, like usually like it's like a gay center. So like,
Oh, okay.
like if you're in Provincetown or like you're in like a gay neighborhood, but you would be
Okay.
cruising in like an untraditional setting. So
Okay.
it would be at the beach or at that would be cruising. But now it's morphed into this thing called looking, which is the same thing, but you approach somebody and say, "Are you looking?" Which means, "Are you looking to sleep with someone tonight?" And
That's so easy. I'm
it's
so
simply yes or no.
jealous.
And it's very interesting because it happens on Grindr and things like that, but it also happens in person now at gay clubs. And that's basically what happened. They went and talked to each other, and you don't even hear most of the conversation that they have at the club. You don't hear them really talk until the morning after.
And you know, when you mentioned the of the gay club, I realized towards the end of the movie that there's very little music. A lot of movies rely on music to set the tone and move the story along, and it's silent. Aside from the club, there's maybe one song towards the end where it's a beautiful moment where the song, they're actually listening to music. It's not over their dialogue. And I was just struck by that because I love music. I listen for in movies is where I find new music, and I like to listen to movies that are scored. And the fact that there's no music in this movie only makes it, I think, that much more poignant.
Right. It seemed, like you said, it seemed very true. It seemed very, like, this relationship was developing very naturally, which was interesting because, I mean, they were only together for 2 days total.
Yeah.
And they, like, met each other's friends, and they exposed themselves in ways that they hadn't to anyone else before.
And maybe that's why I was crying. Not so much because of what happened with the characters, but because in my life and in a lot of people's lives that I know, we're looking for that.
Right.
Like we're looking for someone that we want to let in. And they found someone. And it was instant and it was beautiful and it was true. And we struggle with that. Even with Grindr or the straight person's Tinder or online dating, and they found each other just by chance. Who doesn't want that?
Right. Especially when the intention was not to have this long lasting or anything like that. But that's clearly what they want as they progress through this weekend is they want something, even though one of them says, "I don't do boyfriends."
Yeah.
Like, I just don't do that. Sorry.
No.
And the other guy has never, he was adopted.
Yes.
So he never had the chance to come out to his parents. And he never thought of it as being anything he missed out on because it's such a difficult thing anyway. Why would you want to do that?
Sure.
And then he meets this man who allows him to do that, to like have like this play acting moment, but where it's very honest and like being able to say that about yourself to someone else. He probably never had to say it before because his friends knew or because it just naturally progressed out of his personality, but to say it to someone and address that you are gay and want to have this kind of lifestyle with somebody, fall in love with a man.
Well, I think that's the other thing that is lacking in a lot of in rom-coms is that the love that they felt or whatever, the connection they felt actually set them both free.
Right.
You know, it set the one free who never came out, and it set the other one free who made being gay political. You know, it was like a cause for him.
I mean, you think just because I want a relationship that you know me,
No, I don't.
I can see it in your eyes, Glenn, that you want one too.
I'm going away tomorrow.
How long are you going for?
About 2 years, I think.
I don't want love. So if I see you again.
What's going on?
This guy I met him 2 days ago. He doesn't know me, I don't know him. 2 days is nothing. And then he's gone away. You had to see him when he gets back, didn't you? He's not coming back.
I don't want love.
You look like you want to kiss me.
I do.
Go on then.
I don't want love.
So how many fingers would we salute this movie?
I would honest to God give it 5 fingers.
5 fingers?
5. I'll top it out.
You'll top it out? Man, we're liberal with our fingers. I think
I'm not.
I think, oh, okay.
I just would give this movie so many fingers.
So many fingers. I had the feels. I think I gave Clue 5. But for different reasons, I think I'm gonna give this a 4.5.
Oh wow. Okay.
It was beautiful shot. It was beautiful story, as well acted. It was just a good,
Yeah.
why I watch movies.
To make you feel things.
It made me feel things.
Believe in love.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to our interview portion of Movie Q. I'm wearing an all-new outfit because we taped this at a totally different time. And I'm here today with Barbara Howland and Becca Murray of The Fold, which is a production company based out in LA. Hi, Barbara and Becca.
Hello.
Thanks so much for calling in from the West Coast.
Of course, thanks for having us.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is so cool.
So, funny story, everybody. We all went to college together. And we actually all went to high school near each other, but we didn't know each other in high school. So I guess in a way we go way back.
Way back.
Way back.
I went and saw Barbara in plays in high school because a boy who was one of my best friends had a crush on one of her good friends and used to drag me to her high school.
That's
'Cause he didn't
awesome.
have so weird.
I actually saw Barbara's school's The Diary of Anne Frank, but one of the actors, his shirt was tucked out of his zipper. And so so the Nazis were coming and I'm in the front row and he's like right there and I had the giggles and everybody was like, "What is the matter with you?" And I was like, "Oh." Yeah.
You were laughing at Anne Frank.
I was
Barbara
laughing.
person.
Yes, I was. Anywho, so you guys, what took you out to LA?
Barbara took me to LA. We did theater in college, and being on the East Coast, I thought I was going to move to New York. And then Barbara and our other best friend Bibi, who also went to college with us, decided they were moving to LA. And they were like, "Do you want to go to New York and not know anyone, or do you want to go to LA and have us?" And I was like, "Yeah, that one. I want that."
It's pretty much between New York and LA, I feel like, when we knew we wanted to be in the industry. So it was the same thing. I graduated. I thought I was going to go to New York. I came out here to visit once and just fell in love with it. And I think we all really did know that we wanted to do TV and film, not just theater. So we decided to.
That's awesome. Yeah, I stuck aside from this, I stuck with the theater route myself, obvi. But, so do you act in film as well as do production, correct?
Yes.
What do you guys like more about, what does the difference of film versus theater feel like to you? Like, do you have a preference or is it just two different things?
They're so different. I mean, if we're talking acting, acting is acting. Yes, it's slightly different because the camera just reads everything. You know what I mean? It is like having a separate person in the room. The camera's just there. It's a very weird thing to get used to, but I think it's interesting that you feel sort of separated. You just show up on a set, things are shot out of order with film. You could be doing the most pivotal scene your first day of shooting, so you really just have to throw yourself in. And with theater, it's just a longer process and communal and getting to know everyone. And so it's very different.
Cool. So you were acting, you were taking acting classes, and when did you guys finally decide to take that leap into creating your own content?
I guess it was just within the past year. And we had been talking with, we have a really tight group of actors at our studio where we take classes. And we had been talking about sort of putting together our own stuff. And we started we decided to just do scenes for our reels. Because you need like a demo reel to send, the acting directors and agents and stuff like that. And so we're, what's missing from our stuff? What have we not had the opportunity to play that somebody else has cast us in? So let's shoot that stuff on our own. And we all got together and did that, and it was really great. And then we kept talking about doing more stuff, and then it kind of whittled down to 4 of us who ended up being the most committed. And we decided to just make it official.
We all had our own ideas of stuff, and what were we waiting for? Some of us hadn't written our own stuff before, some had, but doing all of it, the writing, the acting, producing, you know, in this day and age, it feels like we have to be doing stuff for ourselves.
Yeah. Because otherwise you're just sitting around waiting for someone to give you a job, and then
There's a lot of waiting.
There's a lot of it. Yeah. Just like dating. Haha. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you said the four of you. Who are the other partners?
Sam Rowley and Mike Young.
Oh, okay.
2 other guys from our acting class, 2 very talented actors, and really good heads on their shoulders for writing and producing as well.
That's awesome. So do you guys each have your
Yeah.
own distinct role in the company? Like one of you is like, I got getting everything ready for this shoot. Like I'm the production manager, or like one person's a writer.
It kind of switches project to project with who's what. You know, Becca and I are producing our most recent project, Freeloaders. Mike and Sam are also in it, you know, and help with social media, things like that, but we are the producers of it. And then, within the company, we have separated, so it's sort of, I'm in charge of finances and things.
I'm in charge of social media.
And as with Sam.
With Sam, we do that together.
And Mike was, you know, dealing with a lot of the business stuff, getting business
Business
licenses and
licenses,
things like
all
that.
that, paperwork.
So you mentioned your current project is Freeloaders, and I know that you have gone on to crowdsourcing like Indiegogo. People have heard of Kickstarter. You went with Indiegogo. How has that been for you?
It's been good.
It's good.
We are very grateful. It's been
Crazy.
It's crazy. It's a whole nother job. Just producing is, but just this itself has been a whole nother job.
It feels like a part-time job. With all of this, the time and the energy and the time and just
But you have to keep it exciting and interesting and be posting new updates for people and sort of having contests within it, and, you know, to keep people engaged over a long period of time.
And because it is so much over Facebook and Twitter, and that's like our friend group as well. We don't want to alienate all of our friends by just asking them for money all day, every day.
Oh yeah.
For 5 days. So that's been an interesting challenge, just to figure out how you can get the word out without always asking for money.
Make it fun, you know.
Yeah.
We've been doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So I know one of your challenges is it egg roulette?
Yes.
What do you have to do?
Actually, that was the one challenge that we did not meet this week. We did not get enough donations. So we don't have to put egg on our faces.
It's okay, guys.
But it's been going really well. We actually had a bunch of really fantastic donations this week. We had set a people goal though instead of a monetary goal.
Yeah.
I think if we had set a monetary goal, we met it, but if we went the other way. So yeah.
Oh, so if you went the way you were doing it the whole time, you would have egg on your face right now.
Yes.
Right.
Well, at least you like hit one of the 2 goals.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let me be your everlasting light. The sun when there is none. I'm a shepherd for you, and I'll guide you through. Let me be your everlasting light.
Welcome back to Movie Q for the portion of the show that we love to call the Reel of Destiny.
Reel of Destiny.
So I get to play this time, and so I get to spin.
All right.
Okay.
So you get to spin, and whatever color you land on, I have an activity that you have to complete based on that color.
Okay, great. That was a meek.
Want to give it another go?
Okay.
You can give it one more go. I'll let you.
Green,
All
like
right.
so green.
Green is okay. Oh, this is fun. I like this. Okay. You have to put these Stockard Channing films in order. The films are Practical Magic, Sparkle, First Wives Club, Grease, and Staying Together. All right.
What do I win if I get them all? If I get it right?
You get a box of Mike and Ike's.
Oh. Okay.
Original fruits flavored.
Okay, so
And you can look at it. Yeah.
I think it's Grease,
Okay.
and then Staying Together,
Okay.
and then First Wives Club, and then
Okay.
Practical Magic,
Okay.
and I don't know what Sparkle is.
Okay. Sorry to say that you were completely right.
I
You were.
Wow.
Grease came out in 1978, followed by Staying Together in 1989, the year of my birth. First Wives Club came out in 1996, Practical Magic 1998, and Sparkle in 2007.
Do you know what Sparkle is?
I think it's like, I want to say it's a Jordan Sparks movie,
No.
but I don't know if that's accurate.
Okay. Well, yay! High five!
High five!
Yes.
Come on, here are your Mike and Ike's and
My Mike and
original
Ike's.
fruit flavors.
Well, I'm not gonna eat them, so
Why?
because I don't really eat candy.
Thank you for watching Movie Q. We hope you join us next time so we can talk more about good movies, bad movies, queer cinema, and candies Catherine doesn't eat.